Ahoy Rum Explorers, I'm Nia, and today we're doing a live review with my rum friend Charles, and it is officially rum time. Thank you so much for joining me, Charles. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yeah, absolutely. Happy to have somebody to drink rum with since my wife's working. So my son is 12, so I need to not drink alone.
I know, right? So you sent me some amazing samples. We actually met in person in our Jamaica trip. Charles, if you're not familiar with him, he also is a fellow Romelier. So we went to the FRS Romelier trip in Jamaica. We met there and connected. We had such a great time too.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. I was a little tired of the heat by the end of the trip, but it was still amazing nonetheless.
Yeah, it was perfect. So let's start with the very first one, the Campesino aged 14 years. It is a 40% rum, right? Do you want to tell us a little bit about this rum since you have the bottle there and I'll start pouring?
Okay, so you said 14-year, and that's how I labeled it, and that I labeled it how it's labeled on the bottle. And so this is an older bottle of one of their earlier releases. Um,
Or wait, or is it 24? I don't
No, no,
math.
no. It it's a trick that they do that I'm not super like. This is the one beef that I have kind of with them, and I think they might have changed it since then. So it's a
Okay.
blend of an 8-year rum and a 6-year rum. So they do, I don't know how they do those numbers, but I think they just add them up. So it's even more questionable than a Solera.
Okay.
It's yeah. So it's 80% 8-year, 20% 6-year. It's a blend out of the bottler is in Alabama. So I picked
Oh,
it up when I
nice.
was down there for work. So there's, let's see, origins of distillation, Foursquare in Barbados, Alcoholes Finos Dominicanos from
Okay.
DR, obviously, and Varela Hermanos, Panama. So that's the blend um, of those three. Aside from the labeling beef that I have, so you can kind of see aged XIV, uh, you know, pretty questionable, but then also below they say the stuff, so they say what it is. It's an 8 and a 6.
Yeah.
Um, but for me, it's 40%. Uh, so it's a good sipper. It's not. I don't think it's like a cocktail rum necessarily. I think it's just kind of smooth and let's see.
On the nose, it smells like a Barbadian rum.
Yeah, I think they probably went heavy with the Foursquare, I would imagine.
Probably.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
But the color is it's like a nice amber, like a light nice amber.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little honey, slightly darker than honey. I think the
Ahoy,
nose is not
Sean.
super strong. It doesn't have a really strong alcohol or ethanol on it.
Yeah, it doesn't. But to me, it literally smells like typical Barbadian rum.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it. Cheers.
Salud.
Ooh,
Right? So I think for me it's pretty good. It's nice and sweet, but it doesn't taste dosed or like overly sweet.
yeah.
Has 480 for a 40%, it has a little bit of burn, but not like anything substantial. But it doesn't taste like a liqueur, you know.
And and it tastes different than the palate, which surprised me. I thought I was gonna get like the four square burn maybe, and like not as sweet, more like bourbon ish rum, but no, it tastes like a sweeter style rum.
Yeah.
This is really good. I love this.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, and I think I got it 5 or 6 years ago or something. So I'm down to the dregs.
Well,
But
well, thanks for sharing. We're
yeah,
enjoying this quite.
for sure.
This is great.
So I don't
What
know
was your?
much about what they've been up to lately. As far as I have this bottle. I liked it, so I had actually 2 bottles of it. This is the last of my second bottle, but I don't go to
Wow, so
Alabama.
you really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't go to Alabama very often, so it's and I don't think it's a I mean, Virginia is kind of a wasteland for smaller bottlers and good rum in general, outside of
That's good
Arundo.
though. See, here I feel like in Florida we're like a wasteland of everything. Like we get some really shitty, very scary looking rum sometimes,
Yeah.
and you're like, man, it has a pirate on it. Should I take the leap of faith and be a
Yeah.
label whore and just grab it because it has a cool pirate or a cool boat? But then I'm
No,
like,
I'm a
no,
sucker
I
for a
can't
good
do it.
label, man. I'm a
Right?
sucker. I mean, it's how I pick wine anyway, right? So it's okay for
Yeah.
rum too.
And speaking of labels, we were just talking about our offline where we were preparing for our live. We were talking about, I don't know if a lot of people in the chat have heard of this, but we're familiar with Boutique, which is an independent bottler in Scotland, right?
Uh, yeah, I
Do they
think
distill too? I don't think so, right?
Boutique doesn't distill. I don't believe. I think they just do bottle. I don't know if they source from Sear or who, but they do really nice small run. Let me see. I have a bottle over here. I think.
Man, and this company, if you're not familiar, is probably one of our favorite brands as far as labeling is concerned, and Charles is going to show us his bottle. But apparently, when he went to Australia, because he went to Australia too, um, he got a couple bottles of the boutique that unfortunately were very expensive down there. I'm hopefully going to go, knock on wood, gonna go to Scotland next year, so I hope to pick up some of those when I go up there. But the labels are so cool. They're very cartoony.
So this is the one boutique I got, which is Madeira. Oh, my camera's terrible. Sorry, guys. Uh,
It's okay.
is Portuguese rum, which I've been and Madeira. I've been kind of interested in because they do really weird stuff. Like that's the one that I bought for the bottle share in Jamaica was also a Madeira one that is just it almost doesn't taste like rum. So this one I'm hoping to crack soon, but the bottle, like you see, it's a 50 cl bottle, and it was not inexpensive.
Yeah, that's the only thing that sucks about Australia is the prices of liquor is ridiculous. The higher the proof, you're paying so much money.
Yeah, that
Like
one's 53 and a half.
yeah, like the Killick Overproof, I paid $110 for it, and it was like a smaller, stubby bottle. I don't think. Let me see. I think I might have it here. No, I think I moved it to. I'm trying to figure out how to organize my bottles this time. So we recently connected about Whiskey Shelf, which is an app that helps you catalog and kind of track your bottles. If you're not familiar, check it out. It's really interesting. The only downside that they're having right now is that when you scan a barcode and you enter it, it goes into approval. And once it's approved, you do have to like manually enter it again for it to be counted into your collection or your stash. But other than that, I've really enjoyed the app.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, when I sent it to you guys, I had just done a Zoom meeting with them and convinced them to add rum because I had been using it for whiskey, and it's great because it scans UPC and then it auto populates all that data. Has a bunch of other
Yeah,
really cool kind of nerd features, but right now we were kind of the first users building out the user built database for
yeah.
that stuff. So eventually, for all the late adopters, it will be a much better experience because I already have a bunch of you know obscure and ridiculous bottles that I've added to the database. So
Yeah, I've been trying to do it here and there. Well, what I've been doing though is I'll take a picture of the bottle and then go in there so that when it pops up I know exactly which ones I scanned. So I could just go back into the pictures, but that was really cool. What was your favorite part about Jamaica? Or what was
uh,
your favorite distillery?
favorite distillery is better because my favorite part is obviously them upgrading us to a villa that I could never
I
afford
know.
in
I
my whole
was just
effing
about to
life.
talk about that. You got
Oh my
so
god.
lucky.
No, that was ridiculous. Like I told Vanessa, we can never go back because I can't
They're
afford to
spoiled.
stay there. They like it backfired because I'm not going back because I can't. I'm not gonna be able to stay at like that. That place would have
Yeah,
been like it would have been like 20 some grand for the time that we were there. It's like I'm not paying a Honda Civic to stay at a place for a week. That's ridiculous.
yeah, yeah. You guys got
But
really lucky.
I think my favorite, I mean, just as far as the tours went, I thought Hampton was just beautiful. Like the grounds, like the way that they took us, the fact that it was, the owner and her husband that just got married and they had that special bottle, the New
Yeah,
Beginnings bottle that we could get. And the grounds just themselves are, obnoxiously beautiful. Um,
yeah,
they let us try all sorts of like just stuff that's not released and probably will never be released. So it's pretty
yeah.
special. I think that's my favorite one.
Did Vanessa go to Worthy Park? No,
No,
right?
I
She
think
was
she
done after
stayed.
Hamden.
Uh, she went to Hamden. Worthy Park was the next day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't. No, she stayed in the pool and drank champagne with a couple
Okay.
of old Brits the whole day. I think. So always
But
making
she did
friends.
amazing because we were having some pretty high ester rums that day, and like by the end of the day, next day, I was like feeling it in my throat, like in the back of my palate too.
Yeah,
It was. We tried a they had us try a 3,000 ester count rum, which is not, by the way, it's not released to the public, but it was something special that they had just for us. And it was incredible, huh?
I thought it was gonna turn me inside out, to be honest. Like it was amazing. I loved it, but like I couldn't have a glass of it.
Yeah, no, 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 no. But it was very interesting because as you go through the distillery, you start trying hotter and hotter stuff, especially because didn't we do something else in the morning and then do Hamden? Didn't we
was that
do Long Pond and the other ones in the morning? I'm trying
was
to
it
remember
Long
now. I
Pond
can't
that
remember.
we did? I think it was Long Pond that we did that morning, where
Yeah,
they took us into the air conditioned room and had us trying also
yeah, 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 yeah.
exceedingly
Those
high
were
ester.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that was that morning. That tour was cool just because they don't do tours. It was
Yeah,
like us and a prime minister are like the only ones that have had that tour. That was really cool. And it's like, it's not a manufactured tour kind of thing. It was just, this is a
an
working plant.
impromptu. Yeah, hey, come visit. The
Yeah.
vats, the vats, just to see that experience to me was mind blowing. To see the vats out in the open with like anything could fall in there and they're just gonna keep on fermenting. It's like, oh well, a little extra flavoring, right?
Yeah. I feel like I like the idea of open fermentation more than I like seeing it visually.
Exactly. Yeah. Or going through them because there were so many spiders and spider webs. It was kind of scary. And I'm not scared of spiders. I actually do like them, but it was still kind of like, okay, hugging myself so I don't touch any spider web.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very, very cool. Okay, I'm gonna kill this and then we're gonna go on to the next one, which is the one. Guys, Charles is the best. I literally only asked him for this sample, which is coming up next, and he sent me all of these. So thank you so much. You really didn't have to.
Yeah. I'm happy to do it. I love to have people to talk to that aren't 12 years old. So delightful. Although not, he talks about. I mean, it's only so much Pokemon and Roblox that I have in me. So
Yeah, I'm gonna cleanse my palate for this one. So as I mentioned before, Charles did end up going to Australia as well, and he actually scooped up a bottle of Archie Rose, which is a pretty well known. I would call them like a craft Australian distiller, right? They're not big like Bundaberg,
yeah,
or are
they're
they?
no. They're still very small. They're like in. I'm not sure if they actually distill in the place that I went or if that was just a tasting room. I think they might have done
Yeah,
some distilling there, but it's like suburbs of Sydney. Really, they have a couple. They have that and Bricks. I think is also kind of suburbs of
yeah. So Bricks, I did make it. So if you want to check out the tour that I did for Bricks, it is on my channel on the distillery tour playlist. You can check that tour out. It's a very small place, but they do everything in house, which is really cool. And the Rum Tribe, which is the largest rum group in Australia, they do a lot of their bottlings with them, which I regret not getting that bottle. But at the time, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna be in Sydney for a couple days, so I'll come. I'll come back." Yeah, no, I never
Yeah.
made it back. I never got a bottle, which I'm so sad. But it's okay. That means I have to go back.
Yeah.
So
There's
Archie Rose,
any excuse.
right?
Yeah.
So Archie Rose, triple molasses, 46%. Any other details on the bottle, Charles, that you can share?
So this is actually cool. They did a series. So this is the tasting that I did. And they did a series of like different grades of molasses, different types of molasses. And then this one is the so triple molasses, which is the molasses types are high test molasses, B molasses, and raw liquor molasses, which is a weird word to say repeatedly. Molasses. So
Yeah,
double pot distilled. I really, really like this one. This was my favorite of, I mean, limited release. This is my favorite of all. So this was at the end of the trip, and I already had like, we had to buy an additional luggage, and
yeah,
I already had like 12 bottles. I'm closing in on like the legal limit of what I like volume that I can bring it back into the country. So I could only get the one, and I got the triple molasses. I think it tastes the best. It has the most depth for me. Um, I was really, really impressed by them. I wanted to buy every bottle. But like you said, any excuse to go back, then I can hit Bricks. And I really want to go to Binley because I'm obsessed of the rum that they do, the
yeah,
transcontinental of them, like the brininess that they kind of get into their rum that nobody else really has. I'm just absolutely infatuated with.
yeah. Are you talking about this bottle? Because I have this in my treasure chest.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
I
so
love. I'm
good.
a huge transcontinental stan, and I think everything that they've done has been good that I've had. But for
Yeah,
me, that one is the best one that they have done.
I
Like
know. I
it's
love,
so
love,
good.
love, love, love. Okay, so as far as the nose, it does smell like at first it did nose like your typical like if you're not familiar, Australian rums have a very specific nose to them, I feel like. But then as I swirl it a little bit more, it gets fragrant like a perfume. It's amazing.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Oh,
I think you're really, really gonna love this.
I'm so excited for this. Hey Rum Spirits. Also Jumbo Wizard is saying rum. Yes, Jumbo Wizard, we're here trying out some delicious rum. Okay, here I go. Cheers.
Salud.
Oh my god.
For me, you taste so much the molasses. Like this, the
Yeah.
molasses comes through so strong for me on this one more than almost any other, like non art flavored one. But so yeah, and for the thing is, for 46%, it's relatively hot for 46% for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that there's also a very long palate to it. There's literally like caramel on the back palate. It lingers a very long time. It's more
Yeah.
on the sweeter side too.
Yeah, but the
Wow, this is
sweetness doesn't really
incredible.
linger. It's not like like some sweet ones like kind of coat your mouth and are kind of cloying. Like
Yeah,
it's sweet, but you can tell that the sweetness is from molasses, I think for me.
yeah. Like a natural sweet, not like an additive sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's from the molasses, it's not from the aging process too, because we know that some charred levels will give you like the little toffee or caramel or vanilla. It's not that. It's different. It's different from that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
really
that's
interesting.
the uniqueness of it for me was because it's not like I can't like if I'm trying to find a comp for this, I don't really have one honestly because with the aftertaste that I have, I feel like it should be much sweeter up front, and it's not.
It's not.
So yeah, I thought you
Wow.
would. I thought you would really like this one. I'm happy to share because Archie Rose. Obviously, maybe some people can get it, but not. I don't know how much or if they export to the U.S., but certainly I don't think they're exporting.
Oh, they're limited releases? Probably not. No
Yeah,
way. No way. And I personally haven't seen any bottles of Australian rums here unless they're from an independent bottler.
right, exactly. Like Bundaberg. So this is what drove me crazy about. Did you try Bundaberg?
I did. I had
Okay.
to. I was there.
Yeah. So I'm not. I don't want to disparage anybody. It's not for me. Uh, but like Ben Lee is the one that I wanted, and I wanted to see. But Ben Lee was not hardly in any store that I went to. I didn't see Ben Lee,
I
and
know. We literally went to every liquor store on every little town that we went to, and we never saw any Bentley bottles. We saw a lot of Husk. We saw a lot of I got a bottle of the Hoochery that I think I did send you from the Hoochery.
oh yeah,
Um
I have that one. We should do that
they're on
tasting
the
too because I was waiting for this to do it. We can
yeah.
add that if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to try it. I'll bring the bottle out so I can show the peoples. But yeah, I didn't find that. And we went to like even the little when we went to Hamilton Island, there was a liquor store there. We didn't find anything Bentley related. But Bundaberg was everywhere. I was really surprised as far as brands that we see here in the States a lot. Mount Gay was everywhere. Did you notice
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Mount Gay. I feel like Bundaberg though had like 60% of the shelf space. Like it has to be the number one rum in Australia, and I don't get it. But it's what
I
you
think
come up
it's
on, I
because it's
guess.
the cheapest. It's like Captain here.
Yeah, okay.
And
That would
and
explain it.
that
I mean, their ginger
and
beer
that
is fantastic. I love their ginger beer. But
oh my god, yes. And the thing that people don't realize, you can get their ginger beer here. The
yeah,
Bundy ginger beer. That's
yeah.
once we discovered that when we were still here, we hadn't gone to Australia. And when we went there, we tried the different flavorings. Like I had the passion fruit, I had the grapefruit, I had a bunch of different flavors because over there they don't just have ginger beer. And by the way, at Bricks, which I was very impressed, they make their own ginger beer too.
Nice.
So and they tap it from like a keg. So when they give you after you have your sample, you can have a dark and stormy. Basically, I don't remember what they used to call it, but it was you would pick your rum out of your tasting to get another little thing, and they'll make you a dark and stormy with their fresh ginger beer, and it was
Oh, was it
amazing.
extra spicy? I love a hot.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
with real ginger, like you can tell the real ginger back. That's how it was.
yeah,
I know, me too. I love real ginger.
yeah. No, 100%.
Okay, wow. Okay, cleansing our palates. Do you want to open the Hoochery one or you want to go to the next one?
Yeah. Let me go. It's down. It's down. It's at the back bar. Let me grab it real quick.
Okay, and I'll try to find the bottle. I think it should be in my chest here. Shoot. Okay. What is everybody drinking tonight? Oh, Jumbo Wizard, what do they have? Oh, who has a good root beer? Bricks or which other company? Trying to find the Hoochery bottle. Oh, sweet, I found it. And this one's a really cool bottle too. Apparently, Charles and I unite over being label whores. So this one says Hoochery, established in 1993, and this one is called Ord River Rum Premium.
Do you
This
know
is
what
what the
bottle that
bottle
you
is.
sent? Is it this bottle or this bottle?
Uh,
It's not the clear one, right?
No, it's not the clear one. That's probably the Killick. It was in my little notes.
I'll have to see. Well, I'll know because one of them is one's a tequila, one is the yuzu curacao from Tales of the Cocktail, and the other one is the rum. So
my tops are always black, so that white one is probably not it.
okay, so yeah, this should be that's tequila. Feels like a
I
mistake.
guess it. Jumbo Wizard is saying that they have a really good root beer, Bundaberg.
Ooh, yeah. My favorite ginger beer is Cock and Bull. If you ever see that, because like we were
No,
talking about before, it has a super cool label,
yeah.
like a real black and red kind of sharp looking label, and it tastes.
Wait, that's here in the States?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
World Market. If you guys have those near you, they usually have some
We
obscure
used
ginger
to
beers.
have some, and I think a little bit before COVID, they all kind of closed.
If they're still in business, they might not still be in business. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
I think there's one up in Ormond Beach, so I'm gonna go there in March. I'll let you know if I find some.
Yeah, if not, I can send you some because we have.
But yeah, this bottle has a little wax seal on it.
Hold on,
And
let me.
this one, and it's not very clear, so I don't think they chill filter it. If you look at the rum inside, it's a little bit cloudy, but I don't think it's spiced. But it says that it's a small batch rum bottled by the distiller. It's 100% Australian owned and made in Kununurra, Western Australia. Um, the maturity is oak wine barrel for 3 years. And this one's at 40%. And the oak wine barrel is heavily charred.
Nice. Okay, so none of these were it. I'll be right back in 1 second.
Okay.
The last one was it.
And
Was also tequila.
ahoy, Mike. How's it going? So we've gone through two samples. One is the Campesino, aged potentially 14 years. And then the other one was the Archie Rose, which was the triple molasses at 46% that Charles sent me. This is the one I actually asked them for because we didn't make it to Archie Rose. Because in Australia, believe it or not, it's so big. Because think about it, Australia is its own continent. So when we were trying to go to Archie Rose, it was one of those things where it was like on the outside of Sydney, like an hour and a half outside of Sydney. But the next city that we were going to, if we were going to drive back, we it would have been an 8 hour drive or a 2 hour flight. But if we would have come back to where Archie Rose is, it would have been an additional $500 per person flight. It was just too much. Oh, nice. Yeah, we were just talking about how we're obsessed with the transcontinental rum line. I actually brought out the bottle of the Australian one, Mike. That's Mike in the chat is saying that he's drinking the Belize 2006 tonight.
Ooh, nice. I like that one. Have you had this one?
No.
So Jamaica HD, so 2012. But it's the Friends of Rum Tennessee uh release that they did. I'll send you some of this when I crack
Okay,
it.
awesome.
It's my next one to crack. So
Okay.
yeah.
And then this one I didn't visit because it was on the west coast of Australia, but I found one. It has a, I don't know if this is a wax seal or a plastic seal on top that I thought was really cool. And then the other thing is, like we were talking about, Charles and I are label whores. So when I saw all the labeling and all the details on it, and then on the back, it literally has every single little detail of how it's done. So it says that they use Australian sugar cane. It's batch fermented, and on the back it has like little drawings of it. It's pot distilled. It's barrel aged, and then they proof it down with rainwater,
That's
and
cool.
then they hand bottle. So it I thought it was so interesting, and I did see a couple of bottles of the hoochery, but I didn't see a lot. But it has all those details on the label. And then it also has the bottling date, which was 14/03/2023, because their dates are like in Europe. They put the
Yeah, yeah,
month
yeah.
and
The way
then
the rest of
date.
the world does it.
Yeah, except us. And then it had the VAT number 252, which I thought was amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, I
Yeah.
wish I would have seen that one. I didn't see. I mean, we did Cairns and Sydney and Uluru. There's no rum in Uluru at all. I don't think so.
Yeah, you're in the middle of the desert, but it's gorgeous, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was amazing. That's the only thing my son requested of the whole trip. So we had to fly to the middle of nowhere for 3 days. So we got to ride a camel, saw the big rock that I've been hearing about and seeing since I was a little kid. So that was amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we move on to the States? Oh, did you try this? What did you think? Here, I'm gonna try to cleanse one of these so I can drink with you.
I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's really, really nice. What is the proof on that?
It is 40.
Yeah, okay. So it's not too much burn, but
No, it's not. And it's a 3-year-old rum, so it's not aged, but it's not super young too. It's kind of in the at the beginning stages.
right. Yeah, that was nice. I wish I would have seen that. I would have definitely grabbed a bottle of that.
And it's very smoky.
Yeah, surprisingly, like that's what's so weird to me about Australian rums is there's no I mean, look, it's a whole ass
Mm.
continent, right? Like
Yeah.
it's it's there's going to be variation. So, oh, we got upgraded to an unlimited minutes.
Oh, sweet.
So it's like, in the Caribbean, all the islands are, the terroir is all pretty similar, but
Yeah.
there, like, there's no consistency between Binley, Bundaberg, this one, Bricks. Like, it's each one is completely its own thing, which I think is, it's amazing for me. I think that's awesome. But
And have you tried husk? I think did I send you a sample of husk?
I
Husk is more
have,
like a husk is even more like a agricole style of Australian rum.
yeah, I think the only husk I have is the Bam Bam, which is their spiced one, where they
Yeah.
spiced it with like Aboriginal, like wattle seed and all sorts of, you know, completely unique things. But I didn't find any of their individuals to try, unfortunately.
Yeah. I did buy one because before we had gone, we had Quinn talk on one of our happy hours of the Romeliers. So I actually really wanted to go, but it was so out of the way.
Yeah,
And you know how it is. I was just telling everybody, I was like, we really wanted to go to Archie Rose, but by the time we would have taken a flight just to come back from where we were, because we did the same thing. We went to Sydney and then flew up to Cairns. If we would have had to flow back to, oh, because we wanted to go to Husk too. That's where it was crazy, the airfare. To fly within Australia is more expensive than if you want to go to Japan or Fiji or Thailand.
yeah, yeah. It's wild.
Okay.
What's
Moving
next?
on to We're going on to the next one, which is the stage, the 130th anniversary. Did you go to Barbados for that party?
No, this one, Damien. This one was the one Damien brought to the bottle share.
Oh, and you
He
got to
gave
take
me
the
the
rest?
rest of it. Yeah,
Oh, that's so nice.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Damien is another fellow Ramelier, but he's part of the Plantaray West Indies Rum Distillery crew. Is he just their mixologist or
Well,
brand
he's a
rep?
Romelier, right? Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
Romelier, and he's I don't know what his position is
official title
within.
is yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think he was bartender of or mixologist of the year for
yeah,
Barbados.
uh-huh.
Um, Super cool dude. I think, uh, yeah, he gave me the rest of this one, and I gave him the rest of the Madeira one. The can't even remember what that one was, but it was the super weird one. So yeah, I was super happy to have this one because I didn't get to go. I went to the first Romoyer Barbados trip, and then Vanessa and I had been there before when I
Yeah.
happened upon Foursquare. I wasn't even drinking rum at the time, but I was there, and my cousin was like, "Hey, you should go check out Foursquare. People say it's pretty good." So so
You're
we went
so
there at like
lucky.
10 in the morning and did like the full tasting like on an empty stomach, and it was a tremendously good
Fun
idea.
day. Fun day. Vanessa must have had a blast with you.
Yeah, no, we were both bright red the rest of the day, and then we went and just hung out in the city. Ooh, I love this one.
It smells very tropically, huh?
Yeah, it's like
Like coconutty, like
coconut and vanilla, I think, right? Or like maybe like templeque or flan almost.
uh-huh.
I just yeah.
It's crazy how sweet it smells. So does it say anything on the bottle? I think I heard Damien talk about that they do beach fermentation for this one, the stades,
Yeah,
that
so
they
this
have a
is the
bat
one.
by the
I don't know. I don't know if it's open fermentation. I think it is. No, no, it is because I saw the vat. They have kind of similar open the way that Long Pond had, but theirs are
yeah,
like it's like 50 feet from the ocean or something, right? Like those
yeah.
pits are like they're right on the ocean, man. It was so cool doing that tour, but yeah, they do the open for this, and let's see.
Which,
So
by the
this is
way, on
from
the distillery tour playlist, I also have the tour of Plantaray. If you want to check it out, you'll be able to see the vats that we're talking about. They were huge. And that was another distillery that is not open to the public. So what you're looking at is exclusive footage just for the Remedies that were there that year, which is awesome. A little behind the scenes.
I think they might be open for tours now, unless they're doing another private tour. Because I saw in the Florida Rum Society, some people were there today. So I don't know if they've opened
Oh,
that up
that's
to
cool.
tours, but that
But
would be
wait, is
awesome
it
if
the
they were.
visitor center or the actual like factory where you go get to see like the
Oh
different
well, no, it
stills?
had. I I don't think it was the visitor center. I didn't see. They had pictures of the. You know how they have that library like kind of thing behind glass, and they had one of the copper pot stills. So I think it was there, but they didn't show the beach. So I feel like that's a big part of going there is the fact that
It
it's
is.
is right on the ocean. Like,
Yeah.
all right, so it says our incredibly rare Vulcan still combines with the Old Greg pot still in the towering John Doerr column 77. So three still blend on this one.
Okay.
So fantastic for me. Let's see. It is.
It's very interesting. It's incredibly spicy. Kind of like an old spice to me.
Right. So they don't
But
have
naturally
oh,
spiced.
46%. Yeah, so 46% on this one.
And it doesn't feel like a 46% at all. There's like no hug at all. It's so smooth. But what's so incredible and interesting is that when you nose it, um, when you nose it, it smells so sweet. It kind of smells a little bit like the cut and dry.
Yeah, yeah, the coca. Oh, I love that cut and
But
dry.
then but then you try it and it's like, whoa, I did not expect this. It tastes like a very different rum something that I've never tried from Plantaray, which is this is great.
Yeah, the spices they get. Yeah, so I really love things that have a different nose than flavor. Like in everything. Like that's why I like mondongo because it smells horrendous and it tastes amazing. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
or
pretty
or
much.
menudo, depending on what country you're from. So like but it smells so sweet, so vanilla, like honey and kind of syrupy, a little bit of coconut, like you said, and then the flavor.
Yeah.
It's like if you told me it was like a barrelito or like a macerated or spice rum, I will believe you because
Yeah.
it has that kind of depth of different spices that I would expect, but it's all just from however they distill it and age it. Really impressive.
And I absolutely love anything from their Vulcan still.
Yeah, it's such a
The only
weird looking
thing,
still. It's such a weird looking
yeah,
still.
the only thing that kills me is when you try those things that are straight off the still. I'm like, I just want you to bottle this and sell it to me. And they're like, nope, these are all marks and they go in their different blends. Some go into like the plantation or Plantaray XO, some go in here. I'm assuming some goes in the States.
Yeah,
But you know what? This is so different from the regular States too.
yeah. That's what I was hoping for because I didn't want it. Is it to be just a label? It's a label. Hey, 130th anniversary, congratulations! It
And
tastes
it
this.
tastes exactly the same. Yeah.
Yeah, or it's
Wow.
aged slightly longer. It's a different kind of thing. It's a celebration for me, and I love that. Mm.
Man, cheers. That's so good. And now I'm even like getting a little bit of savory notes, like some brininess a little bit. Wow, that's really
Yeah,
good.
when you exhale on.
Mhm. Hey Jumbo Wizard, it's not a strobe light, it's the lights that are coming out of my treasure chest. So I typically hold four rums in my treasure chest. They sometimes rotate, so that's the little flashing light you see on the background.
What's in the treasure chest now?
Well, it was this one. That's why I had to bring it out. The cut and dry, the Brugal Visionaria, and shoot, let me see what else. I don't remember the last one. Oh, the one that has. That's the only bottle that hasn't changed because it's like my favorite bottle of rum agricole. It's really, really old. It's a
Oh,
Clement.
yeah.
It's like a. They call it intense vanilla, but it's an 18-year-old um
Wow,
Clement rum.
nice. I will have to
Yeah,
try that when we're in Florida next.
yeah. So that's what I have on my chest right now.
Are you guys able to get the? Is the cut and dry in Florida?
I haven't seen it yet. I keep on telling people to let me know if they see it, but I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for it and see when I can find it. But I did try it at the Miami Rum Congress, and it did taste the same.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. It's just phenomenal. Hold on, let me mute because I gotta sneeze super loud. Nope, it's gone. It'll
Mike,
sneak up. It'll sneak up on me later.
Mike is saying that the Plantation 2006 Australia 14-year is pretty good. Also, I don't think we've tried that one.
Plantation 2006 Australia. Is that Ben Lee
Oh, here.
also?
I don't know, Mike.
If he knows.
Can you let us know in the chat if it's Bentley? Oh, this is the bottle of Killick I was talking about earlier.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so this little bottle of 100 of 700 mLs was $110.
It's wild over there. I mean, I get the exchange rate is like 2 to 1 essentially or whatever, but just
Yeah,
seeing,
the dollar's super strong, but when the proof is higher,
yeah, yeah, they still tax it. So what are we doing next?
we're doing La Destilería
Fun fact.
106. He was so excited to share this with me. He said this makes the best shoot,
I'm
I just
obsessed
lost it.
of this rum. It's for me the best daiquiri that you can make. So La Destilería in Puerto Rico, uh, relatively new. 53. It's called
Ooh,
106, so obviously 53%. But it's Puerto Rico is Spanish style rums, right?
yeah.
You think of Bacardi or you think of Baralito, Danku. But this one is really unique compared to what's everything else for me that's coming out of Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
So
I was
it's
gonna say it's kind of giving me like a rum agricole vibe.
yeah, yeah. It's completely unique in that way. Yeah. So it gives strong rum agricole for me. Um, it doesn't have a lot of information, but premium
Okay,
overproof.
bottoms up then. Yeah, that
It's just
definitely tastes like it definitely has a rum agricole style.
yeah, yeah. It's a Puerto Rico rum agricole essentially.
But
I love it.
it's very smooth. Do you think they add sugar?
I don't know. I don't think that they do. They're pretty transparent about. I think this is the same ones that do Ron Pepon, maybe.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
certain about that, so I could be mixing up them and the
San
Artesano
Juan. Yeah.
or San Juan Artisan. They're all three are relatively new, so I might be mixing
Yeah.
them up there. Um, but I think everybody is pretty. Barrilito has their secrets, but everybody is pretty transparent about what they're doing.
Okay. Just curious because when you said 106, I was like
You
embracing
think it's
for
gonna burn
impact.
you, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't.
No, it's for 106. It is so freaking smooth, and that's why I think it works so good in a daiquiri. You get all that grass, all that kind of funkiness, and it's not, really, really hot. So I always drink it as a papa doble. So for me, that's great.
What is a papa doble? I've never had that.
So it's just a double Hemingway daiquiri.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
yeah, so it's just a double. But it's yeah, it's Luxardo and which works really really well with this. But in a traditional daiquiri, really really nice as well.
Okay.
But yeah, for me, like the kind of fruitiness, the raw cane
Yeah,
juice, like raw fresh
absolutely.
cane juice, like I can taste it in here. So for me, it's my favorite rum out of Puerto Rico right now, and I'm obviously have to be biased because of my wife. So I'm huge on. It's my largest country allocation of my rum collection with every different Danku bottling and the
Oh,
different.
I love Don Coot too. Have you tried their orange yet?
No,
Their orange Don Coot? It's actually pretty good.
their flavored ones are really really good. And what I like about what they do is they use natural stuff. It's not chemical based. Their flavoring agents.
Yeah,
So like
it's like they add the fruit but then like strain it somehow. Yeah.
yeah,
Have you
and
tried their
they're
passion fruit too? Their
that
passion fruit is so good.
yeah, that one's great. Have you had the mojito one?
No, I haven't had that yet.
So that one's good. We like to have like a couple of bottles of those like in reserve when we're down there in case we run out of mint or limes. And then we can just do that straight away and just
So
drink
it's
it on
like
the
an
rocks.
like a mojito, like an espresso mojito.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's just fantastic. But yeah, their flavor stuff is great. Their single barrel or single barrel ones are really good. They're doing such interesting things. I think like the vermouth cask. I
Yes,
love
I was
in
just about
a
to talk about those. Those were
yeah,
so
in
good.
a rum Negroni is just phenomenal. And yeah,
And the
they're
other one I tried last Miami Rum Congress was their Agent Zinfandel cast.
yeah, I haven't tracked that one
So
down
good.
yet. I really, really want to track that
Oh,
one down.
so good. Okay.
Yeah, the 106. Yeah, so and it's this one's great because it's $30, I think. It's available at the airport. It's duty free for like two for 60 or something like that. You know, very reasonable. I tracked it down. Like when I first found out about it, we like everywhere we went, we were all over the island, obviously, as we're just hanging out. And I'm going
Yeah,
into shops and nobody has it. You know, everybody drinks either uh Palo
Bacardi.
Viejo
Oh,
or Danku or Santa Ana or whatever. So nobody has it. And then I find one place has it. They have like one bottle and it's like 50 something bucks. I'm like, all right, but I haven't found it anywhere else and I'll get it. And then I get to the airport and it's like 27.50 or something like that.
wow. Yeah, duty
So,
free is usually the best if you can find it.
yeah, but I thought, I hadn't heard of it before. So I was like, all right, I got to get it when I can get it. I can't pass this
Yeah,
up.
even if you
But
pay double, it might be
yeah,
worth it, right? If you
yeah,
can't find it anywhere else.
yeah.
Okay,
Worth it either way.
we're gonna move on to the Ron Isalco, the 15 year. This is a 55.3%. Can you tell us a little bit about this rum? Guys,
So this
these
one
rums are
is,
so good. My mouth is like watery.
wait, of the 106?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so
Mm,
good.
so good.
Okay,
Underdog is
so
saying Mike did say that it is a Bentley, the Plantation 2007 Australia
plantation. Hold on. Let me
is a
write.
Bentley. Yeah. Plantation 2007 Australia is a Bentley too.
I can't remember anything, so I have
Yeah,
to.
I
I
feel
have a
you.
I have a book for my short-term memory. So
It's because you don't sleep, man. Your short term memory never gets converted to long term. That's the problem.
yeah, that's I started wearing my son's smartwatch because he can't wear it to school to track my sleep. It's it's
It's
worse than
scary.
it's not good. I had to stop
Oh
wearing it
my
because
gosh.
like it's just worse news than I thought. It's like, oh, you didn't sleep at
And
all?
I'm a little bit yeah, and I'm a pretty bad sleeper myself, and I've done the sleep study and everything, and I thought they were gonna fun because I have a lot of family members that have sleep apnea, so I was like, oh, it's got to be that, and they got to put on the machine. No, they couldn't find anything wrong. Um, but when you told me when we were talking in Jamaica, and you were like, yeah, I was up from this time to this time, and this time to this time, and I was like, I'd be going insane.
Yeah, it's less than ideal, right?
Yeah. But you're always in such a good mood. At least I don't know. Maybe I'll ask Vanessa offline. But you always seem to be like okay and in a good mood. Like when I don't sleep, I get unbearable. You can ask Phil. It's like I'm extra hungry all the time. I'm super like moody and like short tempered. I don't know if you noticed that on you, or maybe because
No,
you're just
I just I'm kind of always the same. It's I just muddle through, right? I'm happy
yeah,
sometimes, I'm sad sometimes, I'm tired all the time. Like at some point it's like training at altitude, right? It's like if
yeah,
I'm living in Aspen or something, right? It's just I survive on the amount of sleep that I get and occasionally I can like I'll sleep till like 7 and I'm like, "Oh my God, I've overslept. What's happening?" I'm like, "Oh, it's Saturday." You
yeah.
can, I mean, get up now, obviously, because you have an adrenaline spike because you think you overslept for a high school test or something. But
You're missing the bus.
yeah, I'm naked and I'm taking an exam today. We have a big deal going on. All right, so the Ronnie's Alto,
Ooh.
highest I am, they are a local Virginia, Hampton Roads area where I am independent bottler.
Oh, nice.
So this
It's
is,
funny that when I've seen their labeling, I thought it was kind of like a Spanish style rum.
so they're just independent bottlers though, but I think they
Okay.
have really, really good taste. People don't some of the, a lot of people on Reddit are negative all the time, whatever. But their, I think it's a 10-year or something. They're not black label one. Their white label one is, I think it's good. I think it's very sippable and really nice. This one,
Okay.
uh, 15 years, 55.3% blend of Central American style rums. So I think I talked to them at the Virginia Bourbon Invitational. And
Okay.
keep in mind, I had been sampling bourbon for, like 6 hours on an empty stomach. So, like, this
Yeah.
is all like the loosest of hearsay, but I think it was like,
Okay, okay, Charles, I'm noticing a trend. You're not prepping properly for these tastings. We're gonna have to send you like a this is what you do to prep.
yeah, well, no, absolutely. But anyway, they don't tell you what it is, but so I think it's like Guatemala and I'm not sure what the other one is. But anyway, they don't tell you
Belize.
the countries. They just say Caribbean blend or Central American.
Oh,
But
yeah, I wonder what it is.
I
It
couldn't
might be a
tell. That's
little
the thing. And I
Mexican.
don't
I
remember because
said Belize, but Belize is in South America. Don't listen to me. Or is it in
Central America. So it could be Belize. It could be Travelers. I wouldn't be surprised if Travelers was or Grander
Oh,
was in there.
we're obsessed with travelers. We keep on saying that we want to go to Belize just to go visit travelers.
Well, let me know if you schedule it because we're looking for places to retire. So
Yeah.
I'm, I'm all about Belize.
I'm gonna show you the best bottle of travelers. It's gonna blow your mind. Phil, I think, spent almost a year looking for this bottle.
Oh, it's gonna make me so happy if I have the same bottle. Oh, I don't have that one.
It's the 1982. Sorry, shoot. I keep on forgetting the camera's
Woo!
over here.
Nope, other way. Rotate it a little bit. 81.
Yep.
That's the
For
year I
you
was
folks.
born. That bottle sounds old as hell.
Yeah. It is like this is when you realize why Holmes Key goes there and he gets his rum.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But this one's on it's like on the I can't even explain it. It's like a flavor bomb in your mouth.
Nice. Yeah, no, I'm a big I think the last unopened travelers I have is
Yeah, this one's a 15-year-old rum, aged in ex bourbon cask, then rested 6 months in ex sherry casks.
nice.
Oh, dying to go to Belize.
I think this is the last unopened travelers I have, which is just
Holy crap.
the
That
Don
looks fancy
Omario's
as
vintage.
wow. That looks
And you'll never
fancy
believe.
as
So I caught this in the airport at Barbados.
what?
Yeah. No, I was there with when we were flying out, I was with Tiki John. He was like it was in like one like the discount baskets.
Yeah,
And Tiki John was like, I think
you gotta
that
get that.
Travelers, yeah, so it's the
Wow,
limited Don
that's
Mario's.
awesome. Oh my God. Phil, are you watching
Was
this?
wrong. But like
Are you watching what Charles is showing? This crazy.
I was like, how like I just don't even know how it ends up in Barbados in the discount baskets in the airport.
Because
Like
because people don't know. They're so used to Barbadian rums being amazing that they don't think of Belize. Belize
yeah,
is
but
kind
why
of,
is
if you think,
Barbados importing Belize rum? Like that
who knows?
like I don't even know why it was in the country. That's what blew my mind. But
Oh, that is true. Hey Sean, I can't believe you're drinking Zacapa 23. I get it. He's like, I need some Reserva Especial to cleanse my palate from the Zacapa 23. Yeah, I can't drink Zacapa 23 anymore. For me, it's so sweet now that my palate has evolved.
yeah,
A
I
lot of
was
the rums that I
pre-diabetic last year, so I can't drink the Zacapa anymore.
oh shoot.
Not anymore though. I've moved my numbers down because I'm so healthy.
Good, good. You and I are trying to get healthier.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel you.
that's the plan.
Okay,
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Cheers to our last one. Thank you so much, Charles.
Yeah, for
Give
sure.
Charles a
Salud.
thumbs up if you want to see him again. This has been such a blast doing a live review. So much funner than doing it by myself.
Thumbs it up, and I'll send her like 5 more. I got a bunch of ridiculous, obscure shit that we can send her way. Stuff. I don't know if we're bleeping or what.
No bleeping. Wow.
So this one, I feel like you could, if somebody's trying to transition from bourbon or whiskey to rum, you could have them taste this. Normally, I'll send people to like Dorley's or something like that, or Real McCoy. Any
Yeah,
of the Foursquare stuff, you can transition
for
whiskey.
sure.
but for this one, it's not super sweet. It's relatively oaky, I think. It's got a good amount of heat, and it's got pretty strong depth of flavor for me.
There's something on the nose that kind of reminds me of buttery popcorn.
Yeah, no, I got you there.
I thought it was gonna be kind of like I didn't expect it to be. I think because the nose was so like buttery popcorn and salty that when they came into my palate, I was like, oh my god, this is so sweet. I didn't like expect it. So I'm trying to adjust to what the nose was and now the palate.
Yeah, but I like this one a lot. Yeah.
There's something in there though. Um, I don't know.
You like it or you
I
don't like
don't.
it?
There's something about it that I don't quite like
That's how
on
it
the
goes.
finish. Yeah,
It's not
I
for
I do,
everybody.
yeah. It's good, but to me it kind of tastes it has a different finish. I can't put my nose on it.
You think
I don't
chemically or
know.
something like that, like a
Yeah,
chemically kind of flavor?
yeah,
Yeah, I could
yeah.
see that.
Like there's something in there that my palate is just like, this is off.
Yeah,
Not off bad, but just not. It's not for
yeah,
my
yeah,
taste.
yeah. So it pushes me towards like I'm a huge fan of like Isla scotches. So I love that peat. I love that kind of
Yes,
carroty, so
yes.
I could see that you get some of that kind of chemically flavor coming through. I think
Mm,
could be what you're tasting. No?
so I don't know if you know this, but Phil is a big Scotch guy. So we've been drinking like peaty bombs, like some peaty bombs,
Nice.
and we're falling in love more and more with like I'm falling more and more in love with Scotch, to be honest with you, because it's so different from whiskey or
Yeah.
bourbon, so different. And then we were gonna go this year in August, but we have so much stuff going on, so we're gonna push it to next year. But just seeing how many distilleries there are
No,
and
it's
the
like
history of
thousands.
yeah, and the history of the distilleries, and then the different styles of the distillery in such a small, even like Isla itself, it's like a tiny little island, and you have I think 6 different distilleries that you can visit. It's insane. It's insane, but insane in a good way.
Yeah. No, I want to go to so Ardbeg is my favorite scotch. Like they do,
Oh, is it?
yeah, and they do like they're super aggressive with the peat, and they do some really good kind of annual and committee. So I'm a committee member. Like it's super. You just sign up online, whatever, it doesn't matter. But their
Wait, do
committee
you
really
have a flag with your little piece of land? No, that's Lagavulin, sorry, or
no,
Lagavulin. Yep,
no. I have like I think a coin and then a
Ardbeg.
little notebook or something. I can't
Oh,
remember.
cool.
I can't keep up
Yeah,
with them.
we want to go next year so bad, so bad. And I think next year we're taking a break from doing rum trips, and we're gonna go to Scotland, and I want to go for like a month and
Yeah,
just
I like that.
enjoy, because I definitely, like I said, Phil loves peated anything, because even he's obsessed with the grandeur. I love rums and all that
Oh,
good stuff.
they did a rum aged in Isla barrels.
Yeah.
I have not. I didn't even know about
Good
that.
good luck finding that. Which by the way, he was so sad because he broke his bottle. He broke his bottle and it was pretty full, so he was pretty sad. He was when we went to the Miami Rum Congress, he was like, so where can I find this? Because I'm obsessed with this bottle, and the guy gave him a liquor store. So if he's not gonna buy it, I'll ask him to give me the link so I can send it to you. You can get it. It's amazing.
When's
It's
his birthday?
amazing.
When's Phil's birthday?
Oh, August 12th.
Oh, Leo. I'm August 10th. I know I like him.
Hey, you want to see something that's crazy peaty too? And
Yes,
I don't know if you've seen this one.
of
And this
course
was
I
a
do.
pretty special one too. And this is what I got him that I had been looking for quite a while too. Oh shoot, let me get two hands because the last thing I want to do is break this bottle. And I found it at MSRP.
Whoa! So that's the only advantage of Virginia. That's the only good thing about
Look at
Virginia.
this.
Is everything is MSRP. Oh, the Mount Gay XO. Oh, the
Yeah, but
peat.
these are, yes, this is the peat.
Nice.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. We have a Zoom on the side, but this is what the peat smoke expression looks like. Oh my
Uh,
god, if you like peat, this
yeah.
is incredible.
No, I
It is
had
the
that
peat.
one. I think I had that one at the Mount Gay tour, but I ended up buying the. I bought the Andean cask one
Yeah.
because I that for me. I'm about weird shit. So, but yeah, that one I regret not buying.
Yeah, because I looked for it for I want to say about 2 years, and then we went to a Total Wine up in West Palm Beach, and I saw it, and I was like, "We're getting it," because everything I was looking at was like $400, and I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm not spending $400 on this. This is
Yeah,
crazy."
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, but this is super peaty. It's not the grandeurs. You can still taste the rum, but this one, it's like a scotch, like a peaty scotch made a baby with rum.
Yeah,
It's like the per.
I love that Mount Gay does that kind of experimental stuff. That's why I love so much about Don Ku. And
Yeah,
anybody that's gonna and Grander even does like they do tons of different barrel agings
yeah,
and weird stuff. Like I love that. Get
yeah.
experimental with it, man.
And you know what else you need to keep an eye out for, since you are in a tequila craze right now too. Um,
It helps me sleep.
yeah, Baku is coming out with an ex bourbon, ex tequila finished rum, and it is my favorite of their new releases.
Bourbon and like so a double cask.
Yeah, ex bourbon, ex tequila, amazing. If I get it before, because I'm in contact with the reps, um, huge shout out to Dave. Thank you so much. He recently sent me a bottle of the 12-year-old Baku. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you the bottle because
Oh
they
no, I
just
saw
switched
it. You
bottles.
posted it, right? You posted the
Yeah,
open.
they
That's what I
sent
was
me the
bitching about you
bottle.
not doing the opening of my stuff.
It was so nice.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
This is their new bottle, by the way. As you can see, it's a little bit longer but stubbier. They had to change their bottles because their bottles used to be made in Ukraine.
Oh,
And
yeah.
because of the war, they're not able to get their old bottles. But yeah. Oh, the River Pirate 13's in the chat. Hey Jason, how's it going? We're drinking a ton of rum. Um Charles sent me some samples, so we're doing a live review. We did La Destilería, we did Campesino, we did Archie Rose. He's drinking a Virago small batch. We
Micro.
did the Stades 130th anniversary, and Ron Isalco. Mike in the chat is also saying that Arbeg, ooh, don't make me pronounce that. We Gadale
Wait,
is his favorite
is it
scotch.
the one that starts with a U or the one that starts with
Yeah,
a
yeah, Uigeadal. Oh my god.
yeah, just call it the Oogie
Oogie.
and everybody will know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So he's saying that's his favorite scotch. Yeah.
Yeah,
We've
it's
been on
that
the scotch.
one's yeah, I have like a third of a bottle left of that. It's fantastic. They did a
Mm.
limited release, like one of their annual releases was called Dark Cove. And I can't remember what cask it was finished in, but it's like my favorite scotch that I've ever had. I have one bottle left, and now it's like $400 a bottle. So I'm like,
Oh
huh?
my god.
I have one
You're
bottle then.
like, I only gonna open this in special occasions.
Yeah. No, I was drinking with my best friend and his daughter and her fiance were over, and I was like, oh, like so we're going through different scotches. So I was like, oh, I have another Dark Cove because that one was empty. Let me go see. And then I was like, hold on, let me check what's going on with the prices right now because prices are going crazy. And it was like
Yeah.
50 or something. I'm like, just met you guys today. Like I'm a very generous host, but
Not that generous.
there are there are restrictions of how generous I am.
Well, to close out the review today, okay, so let's see. My favorites,
So
um,
Izalco was your least favorite.
yeah, Zelko. It was just there was something on the finish, but I did love La Destileria, so I did grab a little. So I'm gonna make a daiquiri this weekend, and I'll let you know how that goes. I think I'm kind of torn between the Campesino and the Archie Rose for top one, but I think I would do. Uh, yeah, I think I would do Archie Rose because I don't know, Australian rums have a very special place in my heart, but it's phenomenal.
You have a bias that I also have. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah. For
As long as we
you're for
recognize
Puerto
our
Rico,
biases and say them, it's okay.
exactly, exactly. Yeah. So I'd say Archie Rose, Campesino, but I think Campesino and La Destilería are kind of like tied, and then the Stades was really good.
Yeah.
It's just to me the nose kind of smells like cut and dry.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
only thing that kind of threw me off, which was it smells amazing, but I just was expecting something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Maybe
The Campesino I find I mean, outside of the label thing that I mentioned that really, really, really bothers me. But I so well, like I said, I don't know if they're still doing that. But the rum
yeah,
it's like the juice itself,
it's
I
very
think
good.
is really, really good. I think it's a super easy sipper. I think you can work it really well to sub into classic cocktails. An old fashioned with that would be phenomenal and wouldn't require that much sugar. I think you throw that, a little bit of bitters on a
And
rock,
that's
and you have a great old fashioned.
yeah, and that's what I tell people. It's like the way I rate rums is if they're versatile because I'm the kind of person that I'm not gonna have just one drink or just a glass of neat rum. I want to have a little bit of neat and then make it into a cocktail. So for me, the rums have to be versatile enough to. Ooh, are you okay? There came the sneeze.
Went up my nose. Yeah,
Oh,
the sneeze pushed it up into my nose. So it
oh
was a
no.
fantastic time to do that.
Yeah, so I think these rums are excellent. Thank you so much for sharing. And I do have a surprise for you.
For me,
Yes, for you. And guys, he doesn't know this, but I'm gonna send you a sample of the Yenda, the Appleton legend, so you can do your Mai Tai with your best friend.
yes, that's so amazing. You found some.
Yeah. Well, I have a pretty big sample, so I'm just gonna share some of mine.
Oh, I love you so much. That's
So
amazing.
so
I've been
who's your best rum friend now?
yes. Well, no, I mean, look, I don't have a lot of friends. So, well, I mean, I have
But you
two
have to
friends.
tell me how it goes because honestly, that was my plan. My plan was to, but I'm not a like I'll make cocktails if I'm having people over, but I feel like it turns into like a whole situation because I want to prep fresh juices and I want to prep fresh stuff. I don't typically make unless it's like something special. I don't typically go crazy and make tiki drinks. So what I was wanting to do with my sample is go to a professional bartender and have him make me part of my sample in the Mai Tai with that rum and then have them prepare me a Mai Tai with regular rum and see if I could tell the difference.
Yeah. So I'm lucky
Which is
because
what you want to do, right?
no, well, this friend of mine is a professional and really, really good bartender.
Oh shoot, okay.
So, so it's gonna work out perfectly. So I'm very excited.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Thank you so much.
So let me know how it goes. I'll send you a sample this week because I do have to send some others to some friends, and let me know how it goes. I'm still, I don't know. I think I found a bartender, but we'll see what we decide to do.
Yeah.
I think I was like, oh, let's do it for the gram, but I'm like, now I'm kind of like,
Just do it for myself.
I'm just, yeah, I'm probably just gonna do it for myself and try it out and see. But anyway, thank you so much for everybody tuning in. Thank you so much, Charles, for taking over the reviews. It
Yeah,
was
for
great to
sure.
have you and great to see you.
If I could
Yeah,
mention again the whiskey shelf, if more people get on that app and build up the database of different rums, it's really really great. You can get spreadsheets of your stuff. I'm not paid by them. I'm just super excited about stuff that I'm passionate about.
yes.
So um, it's
And it
really
is
really good.
free.
They
It's
let you
a
do,
free app.
yeah, and you can do like infinity bottles. Like you can track your infinity bottles. You can track your open bottles. Is you can scan by UPC. So I always have the problem because I have so many bottles now. I get to I get to primos, and I'm like, all right, so what do I have?
Yeah.
And that's why I have like three premise or whatever because I'm like, oh, do I have this four square? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
you forget. It's
Yeah,
hard.
or
It's
but
hard
just
when you have as many bottles as we do. It gets very complicated.
yeah. So if anybody wants to check it out, and you can friend people or whatever, and I'm more than happy to. I mean, share my number, or I'll share Nia's number. That's fine too.
Yeah, I'll put in the description after this. I'll put the whiskey shelves link, and then I'll put Charles and I's number so we can all be friends on there. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I always need more friends.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Charles. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much again for all the samples. They were so
Yeah.
good. It was great to see you. And I
Yes.
look forward to the
Salud.
next round.
Okay,
Cheers.
I'll send you five more, and we can do it again.
Okay, sounds
All right.
great. Bye,
Cheers.
everyone. Cheers. Happy Friday.